Hello, students. I hope you all are fine and healthy, and your families too. Children, this side Pooja Sharma, your physics teacher from Cambridge International School, Dasua. Today, I'm back with another video of your physics class, another session of your physics class. And before we proceed for today's session, I want you to please have a pen and a paper along with you so that you won't be facing any problem in between. Moreover, the task which we have to do today is related to numerical work. I be giving you the time in between to do the calculations to proceed on with the solving by your own. So you must have a pen and a paper along with you for the same. Fine. I be giving you 30 seconds. Kindly have a pen and a paper with you before we proceed on with the video. So children, I hope you have your material along with you. So today's session we are going to have the queries, or you can say the questions, because based upon the worksheets which I have given to you. One worksheet you got on Wednesday, that is on 3rd of June, and one worksheet which I have given you a day before yesterday, that is your weekend worksheet. I have taken the questions from these two worksheets and to clear whatever your doubts are regarding the questions, and moreover there are a lot of numericals into it, so their clarity is very important before we proceed further. So let's get started with today's session, and before we go on, let's have a recap of whatever we have done in the previous video. So in the previous video we have done the concept of force, mass and acceleration. We did what is force, what is mass, what is acceleration, and then we we find out what is the relation between them, what is the unit of force, unit of mass, unit of acceleration, and then how we take that in one relation, how force depend upon mass and how force depend upon acceleration, what are the relations between them. So this is all what we have done in the previous video, and today we are going to have basically the questions based upon the numericals are basically based upon this force topic only, force, mass and acceleration. So let's begin with the today's topic. And one more thing, that at the last of today's session I be having some of the points to clear once again. Those are the key points one must remember while solving any numerical. So watch, listen till the last, till the end, and keep writing the points on your notebook as well. So let's get started. So first of all, we are going to have the questions from the worksheet which I have shared on Wednesday. The first question is, define 1 Newton. The answer to that is the force required to give a mass of 1 kg and acceleration of 1 meter per second square. Maybe the answer is clear to you, maybe not, because you are new to the terms. So for some more clarity, let's watch the video. I'm solving the things onto the questions onto the board. So listen and understand and keep noting the points side by side. So the question is define 1 Newton. Newton is what? It is the unit of force. So let's write the formula force first of all. Force is what? It is mass multiplied by acceleration. Fine. So force is mass multiplied by acceleration. What is the unit of force? 1 Newton. What is the unit of mass? 1 kilogram. Fine. And what is the unit of acceleration? Meter per second square. So if I write it 1 over here, because 1 into 1 is what? It's 1. Fine. So we go with the unitary. So now if somebody asks you what is force, you can say force is the product of mass and acceleration. Okay. But here they are asking you define 1 Newton. Fine. So what we say is 1 Newton is the force when a mass of 1 kg accelerates by 1 meter per second square. Okay. So do understand it once again. 1 Newton is the force when the mass of 1 kg accelerate by how much? 1 meter per second square. Then we can say that the force is 1 Newton. Fine. Now, the second question which we are having is, how much net force is required to accelerate 2000 kg car at 3 meter per second square? So what is the second question? I am writing the given first of all. So the given is you have mass 2000 kilogram, fine, and acceleration is given to you as how much is the net force required to accelerate 2000 kg at 3 meter per second square. So 3 meter per second square. Meter per second square is unit of acceleration. So obviously acceleration is given to you. Fine. And what we have to find out is net force. So force we have to find out. Okay. So first of all we have given written all the given. Second is see any conversion needed or the things are in the standard. So yes, they are in standard. Now the third thing we have to do is, the third step which we have to follow is write the formula. So the formula force is what? Force is equal to mass multiplied by acceleration. Fine. Now fourth step, put the values and solve it. So mass is 2000, acceleration is 3, 2 multiplied by 3 6 and 3 zeros. You can say 2000 multiplied by 3 is 6000. Now the fifth step is get the result and write the unit. So what is the unit of force? That is Newton. So we can say 6000 Newton is the net force which is going to be applied onto a mass of 1 kg to give an acceleration, onto a mass of 2000 kg to give an acceleration of 3 meter per second square. So this is your second question image which I have shared with you. So I guess this is already clear to you. Now let's move on to the question number 3. So third question is, if you apply a net force of 3 Newton on 100 kilogram box. Children, by mistake it's written here 100 grams. So please correct it. It is 100 kilogram. I'm repeating again. If you apply a net force of 3 Newton on 100 kilogram box, what is the acceleration of the box? So let's go with the solution of this. Now is question number 3. If you apply a net force of 3 Newton on 100 gram of box, what is the acceleration of that box? What is the acceleration of that box? Fine. So it's 100 kg actually. Fine. By mistake, I guess it's written gram. So we write the given mass. We take it as 100 kg. Suppose it is gram, then you have to convert it into kg by dividing it with 1000. But here by mistake, I guess it is written. So please correct it. It's 100 kg. And you are applying a net force of how much? 3 Newton. So the force you are applying is 3 Newton and you have to find out acceleration. Fine. So the second step we have to do is, first we have written all the given. Now the second step is, see, everything is in the standard. So yes, it is. Standard of mass is kg, force is in Newton, so it is in standard. Now the third step is, put the formula. So what is the formula? The formula of force is equal to mass multiplied by acceleration. Therefore, acceleration is equal to force divided by mass. Now here, this is your turn. You have to put the values into the question, into this formula, and you have to tell me what is the answer. So I am giving you a total of 1 minute to do this, and then I'll be writing the answer onto the board. So the time is yours now. Have your pen and paper and do solve it and tell me the answer. Okay, so what is the answer? I'll be writing it onto the board. Kindly check with your answer. Force is 3, mass is 100. So there is no need to divide this actually, okay. Many of you will start doing this 3 and then divide it with 100 and then solve it. You can do that way also. But you will take time in doing that. So you know this, that there are 2 zeros. This is 1 0 0. Fine. So there are 2 zeros in the denominator. Write 3. 2 zeros means 2 digits. And after 2 digits, you have to put decimal and then 0. Fine. So 1 is 3. So you have written. On the second place, there is nothing. So you will be writing here 0. So 0.03 meter per second square is going to be your answer. Okay. So next is question number 4. In the equation f is equal to ma, what does m represent? So you know that f is equal to ma is the equation for the relation between force, mass and acceleration. Here m is mass of the object. So let's have the representation of all the three parameters. So first is f. F is the force which we are going to apply on an object. M is the mass of the object and A is the acceleration with which the object go when you apply force onto that object. Okay, I'm repeating again. F is the force applied on an object, M is the mass of the object and A is the acceleration achieved by that object after getting the force. So now this acceleration can be positive, this can be negative as well, depending upon in which direction the force is applied. Okay. Next is question number 5. What is the net force on 200-gram ball when it hits a wall with acceleration of 10 meter per second square? So we need to find out the we need to find out the net force when 200-gram ball hit onto the wall with acceleration of 10 meter per second square. Now children, we are going to start on with the weekend questions which I have given to you. We are going to have the questions and the numericals from that. Means we are going to clear that weekend worksheet once again. So let's begin with that. Before that, I must say that have that worksheet along with you, or in case you don't have, because this is a different time right now, so don't worry, I am sharing the questions also in the video side by side, so that if you don't have the questions with you, you don't be afraid, don't be panic. We are going to share it side by side. Okay, so read the question and then attempt the answer accordingly. So the first question we have is, this is first question A part. An object is moving in a straight line at constant speed. A force is applied to the object. State the possible changes in the motion of the object. Now please read the question very carefully. They are saying that object is moving in a straight line with some constant speed. They have not mentioned any numeric value here. They are generally talking about. Fine. So a force is applied to the object. State possible changes in the motion of the object. So they are generally asking you that suppose an object is moving in a straight line with some speed, force is applied onto it, what possible changes can happen, fine, in the motion of that object. Now suppose a ball is coming towards me, I apply force from the front end, the ball will stop, fine. Or the ball is rolling, I apply force from back end, it will speed up, it will go with a lot more speed, fine. Now see, nothing is mentioned in the question you have applied force in the forward direction or backward direction, you apply to push it or pull it, nothing is there, fine. Generally they are asking, so you can have any of the possible changes as per your respect. Means what I can write here is that there can be increase in the acceleration, there can be decrease in the acceleration, there can be like changes in the motion of the object. In the positive way, it can be increased, it can be decreased, it may stop, or it may speed up, it may speed down, fine. So these are the different variety of answers which we can write, fine. So all these answers I have already shared in the answer key with you, so but explanation to that is required, so I am giving that. Now B part is, there is a figure 1.1 which shows a skier taking part in a speed competition. Okay, skier is going to take part in a competition, that is a speed competition. The winner of the competition has the highest average speed over the 100-meter section. Now if you see in the figure, there is one section, that's not that 100-meter is not going to be the complete one, fine, a portion of that complete race, complete competition, a small portion of that competition is 100-meter. In that section, the winner is having the highest average speed. So this is the meaning of what they have told till now. Now the question they are asking is, the skiers start from rest, means the skier is starting from rest, means at rest the skier's velocity will be 0. The skier is stationary, the skier is at rest, fine. So means they are trying to say that the initial velocity is 0 meter per second. Okay, now move ahead with the question. The sky starts from rest and has a constant acceleration. He reaches a speed of 60 meter per second in 16 seconds. Okay, means it starts from rest, initial velocity is 0, then reaches to a speed of 60, means final velocity is given 60 meter per second and the time is given as 16 seconds. Calculate the sky's acceleration. Then children, in your question paper, because you know your paper is a working paper, fine, you don't get the extra sheet for doing it, you have to do it here. So see where the question end, after that there is a gap and then it's written acceleration is equal to dash. So in that gap, in that space provided, you have to solve all the question, and acceleration is equal to dash, you have to write your answer there. Fine, so let's understand how you have to go on with this question. Now the question which we are going to have next is question number 1b part. The question says that in the figure, skier taking part in the speed competition, okay, and the winner of the competition has the highest average speed over 100-meter section as shown in the figure. The question is, find the skier starts from rest and has a constant acceleration. He reaches the speed of 60 meter per second in 16 seconds. Find out the acceleration of the skier. Fine. So, okay, what we have is the skier starts from rest. This is question number 1, B part, first question, okay. So the skier starts from rest. It means the initial velocity is going to be 0 meter per second. And after that, he reaches a speed of 60 meter per second. It means the final velocity reaches to 60 meter per second. Then the time taken by the skier is given as 16. So we put time is equal to 16 seconds. And they are saying that find out the acceleration. Skier's acceleration. So A we have to find out. Okay. So we know the formula to apply here is. But before that, see all the things are in the correct order. Or do we need to have conversion? So velocities are in meter per second, that is the standard. Time is in second, that is also the standard. So okay, second step is over. Third is put the formula. So acceleration formula is V minus U over T. Okay. Now put the values and solve it. V is 60. U, that is initial velocity, it is 0. Time is 16. So 60 minus 0 is 60. Divide by 16. Okay. So 2 8s are 16, 2 30s are 60, 2 4s are 8, 2 15s are 30. So it is 15 over 4. When you are going to divide it, what the answer you will be having? Obviously you will be having calculators with you, so you can easily calculate it, but still let's solve it. So 4 3s are 12, 3 left, 0, 4 7s are 28, 2 0, 4 5s are 20. Fine. So your answer will be 3.75 meter per second square. Or if you have to write it one number after the decimal, you can write it 3.8 meter per second square, as I have already given you in the solution. Fine. So for doing this, if the number is which you have to erase, if it is small than 5, then erase it as it is. You will be having the answer 3.7. But if this number is 5 or greater than 5, erase it but add 1 in the next number. Okay. So what I said, I will be repeating it once again over here. Let's say right now the number is 3.75. If the second digit is 5 or more than 5, We are going to erase it, but after adding 1 in this number. So it's going to be 3.8. Now let's say you will be having 3.72. This number is less than 5, so just erase it. No need to add. Fine. So the answer will be 3.7. Okay. So here it is 5 or greater than 5. Whatever 5 or greater than 5, you have to erase it, but add plus 1 into the number. Okay. So this is how we have done this. Now the next part, that is second part, is over the length of 100-meter section. That is, if you can see the figure once again, there is one section in the whole competition where they have labeled 100 meter. Fine. Where, if you remember, the winner is going to have the highest average speed. So they are talking about that section only. Fine. Over the length of 100 meter, the time recorded is 1.85 second. Means that 100 meter is covered in 1.85. Fine. Calculate the skier's average speed over this section. Again you have a gap, and then it's written average speed is equal to dash 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 dash. So this gap is for solving. Find your complete answer, and average speed is equal to dash. You have to put your answer plus the unit. Somehow in the question they will give you the extra space for, they will write average speed is equal to dash, then they will write a slash, and then you have to write the unit. Okay. Somehow if it is not given, it does not means that you will not write the unit. Your number without unit is meaningless. So you must write the unit after your answer. Okay. So let's understand how to solve this. Next is over the length of 100-meter section, the time recorded is 1.85 seconds. Calculate the skier's average speed over this section. Fine. So let's do it. This is the second part. So the distance given to you is 100 meter. We write it 100 meter. The time given is 1.85 second. Let me check. Yes, it is, time is 1.85 second, and what we have to find is the average speed. Fine. So we have to find average speed. Fine. So we have written the first step, that is the given. Now the second step is any conversion needed. Distance standard unit is meter, and it's 100 meter. It is in standard. Time standard unit is second, and it is in second. So there is no need for conversion. They are already in the standard. Now the third is apply the formula. So average speed is equal to total distance divided by total time taken. Fine. So the distance given is 100. So we take 100. Time is 1.85. So we take it. Fine. Now you have to divide it. 100. After decimal you have two digits. So we put 100 here and 185. Or you are having calculator. So 100 divided by 1.85. And tell me the answer. It's coming to be 54 meter per second. So this is your average speed. Now the next third part which we are having is suggest why the skier bent his body as shown in the figure. Explain your answer. What they're asking is that if you look into the figure carefully, while coming down, the sky tends to, shift in the forward direction, bends the body. Fine. What is the reason for that? Now, the suggested answers are to reduce the air resistance, to lower the center of mass, to increase the acceleration or the speed or the resultant force, or for smaller area. Fine. Or you can say to improve the stability and balance. That is very, very important term to be noted over here, because when you are coming down you lose your balance somehow, because you are attracted towards the gravity more. Fine. And because of that you need to have some stability. Fine. Stability means you need some balance. Fine. So that you are able to complete the competition without any problem in between. Fine. So these are the suggested answers. You can have any out of this, it will be corrected, but it has to be the correct answer. Fine. So children, this is all for today's session. In the next session, we are going to talk about momentum. That is the next topic for us. And the term is new for you. If you have the notes, or if you have you are obviously having book with you. So if it is, kindly pre-read the topic, and then we are going to do that in the next session for sure. And before binding up, I am just going to give you a recap of whatever we have done today. Fine. So children, obviously we have done the questions, we have done the numericals. Few things which you need to keep in the mind. I'm repeating those things once again. Already you are aware of it. I'm speaking those 5 steps again and again in my video whenever we are solving numerical. So I'm repeating that again. The 5 steps are: the first, you have to write the given. Whatever the things are given to you, you have to write that. Second is whatever is missing, means what they're saying you to find out, you have to write that. Then the second step for you is do the conversion. Conversion means if the things are in the standard, okay. If it is not, then convert them into the standard before you proceed further. Okay. Then the third step is use the formula. Till now we have done the formula of force is equal to mass into acceleration. So you won't face any problem. Somehow you have the questions like find out speed, find out velocity. Fine. So we have done A is equal to V minus U over T. That is acceleration is equal to change in velocity over time. Fine. We have used every speed is equal to total distance over total time. Speed is equal to distance over time. So depending upon what is given, what you have to find, you have to choose the appropriate formula and then you have to proceed on. But remember one thing, the formula should be the one where only one thing which you need to find out is missing, rest all are given. Fine. If you choose a formula in which two things are missing, then you cannot go on with that formula. You don't get the result out of that. Fine. So choose the formula which have only one unknown and rest all the things are known. And then the fourth step is, after you write the formula, put the values into the formula as per the spaces where you have to write distance in numerator or in denominator. Like distance in formula of speed, distance over time. Distance you have to write its value in numerator, divide by time its value in the denominator, and then you have to solve it. Okay. So we have to do that way, and then calculate it, and at the last you will be getting your result. And after result, must write the unit. Fine. Children, I know that you have calculators along with you for doing the calculations. Even in your exams, you will have the calculators. But I must say that what you can do by your own is good. That is your mind game. Fine. More you do yourself, more your cells, your mind will be active. Fine. So do not only rely onto the calculator. Like somehow if the calculations are easy, like 2 into 5 or 200 multiply by 5, so wherever you think you can do it, do it. Fine. Have Give time for calculations. Fine. Practice by your own. And obviously in exam, if the question is like that, or if the paper is like that you need time for solving. Fine. Because your paper is more about thinking and analysis and practical base. Fine. So you need more time in that. That is why you have calculator, so that calculations will be done on a easy way. Fine. In an easy way. So okay, these are the few things you need to keep in your mind. And one more thing we did is that in one question it said that when the objects start from rest. So whenever the objects start from rest, it means starting is the initial. So its initial velocity is going to be 0. And whenever an object stops, then its final velocity is going to be 0. Fine. And moreover, there is one more thing, like that is about acceleration. Like in one question you have that acceleration, first the body is at rest, then it speeds up to 60 meter per second. So there the velocity increases. First the velocity is 0 and then it increases and goes to 60. So when there is increase in velocity, you will always get the positive acceleration. Means your result will be positive. Fine. Plus dash dash dash, whatever your result is. And if there is decrease, now suppose the body, you apply brake and the car's first its speed is 60 and then it slows down and reaches to 20, or it goes to 0. So now there is a fall, there is a decrease, there is a downfall. Fine. So in this case we say this is retardation. So when you put the values, automatically you get the answer. Like what you do is 20 minus 60, so that is minus 40. So you will get the answer, and in front of that answer there is written minus, negative sign. So this negative sign shows that there is retardation. Okay. So these are the things you need to keep in your mind for doing calculations. So children, this is all for today's session. I hope your doubts, whatever your doubts are related to the worksheets given to you, are cleared, and whatever your confusions are resolved. Still, I must say that practice once from your end. Do a pen and paper recap, a revision of whatever the things we have done today for more clarity. If still you face any problem, you have my contact number with you. You can contact me and clear your queries. So till then, take care of yourself, take care of your family members, and help them also in their work wherever it is possible. Okay, so take care of yourself, your family. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much. Bye bye.